going to connect this Kellogg's Together Glad flavored cereal, God help us, with the lack of leadership from the Republican Party. 20 governors send letter to Biden rejecting plan to house illegals in their states. Entire hotels are rented by the federal government, again at taxpayer expense, without our permission, to house endless waves of illegal immigrants who will then become undocumented Democrats according to the Democrat plan. Every Republican governor knows this, and yet they write this silly letter. Here is Governor Bill Lee has reprinted the letter. This crisis at our border is too big to ignore. I have led a joint letter with fellow Republican governors urging the Biden administration to take immediate action at America's southern border. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this is that this is the genteel, country club Republican way of addressing issues. The Republican governors in question should have cleared their schedules for the day, flown to Washington, D.C., and shown up at the fence of the White House itself, waving this letter and demanding action by President Biden. Instead, they send this polite letter in May. Nothing was done. Vice President Kamala Harris probably cackled when she saw it and threw it right in the trash can. I doubt it was ever seen by President Biden. Here's a more recent story. Immediately after President Biden's disastrous performance at the G7 summit, which included Vladimir Putin, GOP lawmakers, led by ex-White House doc, asked Biden to take cognitive tests. June 17th, 2021. Are you kidding me? They have to ask Biden for this? If these clowns, and I call every Republican associated with this letter clowns, folks, if you're serious about this, and every American has noticed Biden's obvious mental decline, these Republicans should have been issuing articles of impeachment to remove President Biden on medical grounds. That's what you do if President Biden is unable to fulfill his constitutional obligations. Now, here is a box of cereal. Why was this cereal even made? Think about what went into making this box. There was some Kellogg's middle manager. This was a bullet point for that middle manager at Kellogg's. They knew, making this cereal, that they would only sell about a dozen boxes nationwide. No one who has children would actually purchase this cereal for their children. This is completely unsold nationwide. As you see here, the entire allotment at this store was put on immediate discount. Now, what does this have to do with feckless Republicans? Republicans and the Republican Party leadership never act as if they have the rightful authority to govern in our country. They always act like they have to ask permission from the ruling Democrat elites to govern. They accept the premise, the starting premise, that all normal rule is by the Democratic Party. All natural rule is by the Democratic Party. And Republicans, for decades and decades, consider themselves outsiders that are somehow the opposing voice. Even when they're in charge of their own constituencies. We voted for Republicans to lead. We did not vote for Republicans to politely ask permission from Democrats. Would you please change your policy? This is going to go nowhere. It's just pointless gestures, pointless posturing, completely without meaning. The Republican Party needs to stop acting like Democrats rightfully rule American culture, American Hollywood, the news media, and academia. If you accept every Democrat premise of the left, you've already lost. And it's depicted here in this box of Kellogg's cereal. Thank you.